Yeah, that's right. I feel like Mr. Rogers without the slipping on his sneakers uh, intro. So, yeah. Morning. Uh, Cobblestone hot chocolate. Smells like hot chocolate. And marshmallows. And since it's, well, Flannel Friday, I thought this would fit the season for, well, a little bit of history about the flannel. I ordered this wonderful clay pipe from the Townsends. Uh, I, I can't remember who had the video on clay pipes a while back. You know who you are. But I was like, I gotta have one. Just gotta have one. And I tell you what, this is no joke. I've watched the Townsends for about the last 5 years on YouTube. And if you haven't checked out the Townsends yet, check out the Townsends. Uh, great channel. Great channel. A lot of Revolutionary War era cooking and tales, and they build some log cabins on there. Hunting, they built some canoes by hand. Just really colonial time period stuff, and even up into the the 1800s and a little, and not quite the Civil War, but 1820s around in there. So really good span, and they do a Friday live stream called Live from the Nutmeg Tavern. Excellent. I'm telling you, if you smoke pipes, you got to check this channel out because it's a good one. It's a really good one, and I'm really enjoying their pipe. I got it the other day. This will be about my third bowl in it. Smokes really well. And I feel like Greg over at the Tunnel Take. Only not as fancy. Some of his are pretty fancy, but I'm enjoying this. This will probably go out to Bear Waller with me and be the sit around the campfire pipe. You know, that one everybody needs in his collection. Well, I now have it. So, still got a little bit of a wood taste in the stem. I don't know if that'll go away. I'm assuming it will with the well, the smoke getting up through there and my crusty old lips, yeah, touching it. So. I will say this, sometimes I smoke like a chimney, so the bowl can get a little warm. I've really tried to, maybe it's going to help me slow down a little bit. If you haven't got any cobblestone hot chocolate, you need to get you some of that too, because, well, one will taste you grand stuff. Yes. This one's really hard to clench. I'm sure David could do it, but I can't. All right. Where were we? Oh, yeah. The reasons I pulled this out was because, well, I do a little bit about the history of flannel today. I told you it was coming. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I thought this was time period appropriate because apparently in Wales is kind of where they invented the flannel, and came about well, about right around the turn of the century, about 1600, somewhere in there. That's what it sounds like. 17th century, 1600. You got to do the math on that. It makes no sense to me either most of my life, but that's how it is. That's how it works. By the way, I'm drinking some hot chocolate as well today, so chocolate fix, yes. where was I in my place and time here? Okay, yes. Anyway, the Welch came up with flannel. Why? Because, well, they had a lot of sheep, and it was windy and rainy there and cold a lot. And they figured out how to produce a pretty nice way to stay warm. So, and with that, it spread from there, well, across Europe. Uh, the French called it flannel, and the Germans called it, their pronunciation was flannel, I guess, something like that. It was like flannel, not flannel like we say it today. Um, very Germanesque. I don't know. My last name's German, but apparently my last name I had something to do with milking cows. So yeah, didn't know much about sheep. So anyway, um, and it just progressed onwards. And then, well, in the Civil War, they made Union suits out of it. They made a lot of the infantrymen's coats on both sides. And if nobody has a Union suit, I have a Union suit, and I've had several over the years. I love my Union suit. Yeah, there's nothing better. And yeah, I sometimes just parade around the house in it, and nobody wants to see that. Yeah. After the Civil War, in 1889, a guy by the name of Carhart, yeah, that Carhart, uh, opened up shop in, well, Detroit, Michigan, and started producing the first flannel shirts, mass producing them. After that, well, the World War One came around. Once again, they were used for keeping the soldiers warm, and and a lot of their uniforms. And I found out something was interesting too. A lot of their insignia patches were made out of flannel in World War One. And then World War Two came along, and the M1941 field jacket, or Army jacket as we might know it, in the Pacific Theater and the European Theater, they were lined with flannel. You know, that heavy flannel. Apparently, that's all flannel under that heavy liner you get in that, and that thing weighs a ton. So I don't know if they like the flannels on one side and the carcass of the sheep's on the other half, and that's what you're carrying around in that coat. But whatever it is, it sure keeps you warm. It's too early in the morning for wit and wisecracks, isn't it? Yes. But I can't help myself today because it's Friday. It's Flannel Friday. I will say one thing about this. This pipe stays lit pretty well, but the hot chocolate stuff is just a little damp, so it takes a little bit to get it rolling. I love the draw on this pipe. It works really well. They're $20 at Townsend's. Um, go over there and get you one because you know you want one. Yeah, where was it? Okay, yeah, we got to the mass produced. No, and then we come up to the 50s, and there was a book written called The Man in the Gray Flannel Suit, which Gregory Peck made famous by, well, he was in a movie about it. And Gregory Peck was a pretty cool dude. In fact, he was Captain Ahab, and there's nobody cooler than Captain Ahab. Except the, what was it, Queequeg? Was that the Indian's name in that? Somebody correct me in the comments on that. That Indian was cool. He scared the hell out of me on Family Classics on Sundays when that movie would come on. Wow. Especially when he was sleeping in bed with the dude. Yeah, I was scared the, yeah, bejesus out of me. Speaking of scaring the bejesus out of me, yeah. Anyway, then along came, well, the man in the gray flannel suit, like I said, and well, I found this interesting. Sean Connery in some of the James Bond 007 movies, apparently he wears more than one flannel suit. So any James Bond fans out there can point that out and which ones and which episodes. I wouldn't know flannel suit if it hit me in the face. They all look, I don't know. I mean, they were either blue, gray, or black, weren't they? I don't know. And were they flannel? I don't know. I guess, I don't know. But if anybody knows any more history on the James Bond thing, I found that kind of crazy. Um, yeah, and wouldn't flannel suit be kind of? I mean, you're already, those guys that all sported the suits and stuff back in the day. I mean, it just looks great. I love Bogey's look. I love all them old movies like that. I do. Especially the noir films back in the 40s. But those guys had to be friggin' hot in June and July, August, right? Right. I mean, it's just got to be hot. It's got to be hot because that's why I'm not wearing flannel in June, July, and August, or April, May. You know the drill. Maybe September if something crazy happens in the weather, but probably not. But yes, people did wear a lot more layers than we do now, obviously. Yeah. And then along came grunge music, killed all the hair bands, and Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, and Eddie Vedder, and all those guys sported a lot of flannel, made it even more popular. And well, I just kind of wear it for practicality purposes, and I don't know. And I'm really not as everybody knows, I'm really not a collared shirt, button shirt guy. I like t-shirts. I pretty much wear hoodies a lot in the winter, a lot of Carhartt hoodies, but flannel makes me feel good. Flannel makes me feel good. Just makes a guy feel like he's being rugged and manly today, and you know, look, and then it makes you feel like, well, it makes you feel like your age matches your beard more. Yeah, let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. Anyway, that's my short history of flannel on this Flannel Friday. Hope everybody else is wearing their flannel today. I hope it's keeping you warm. Anyway, got some good stuff coming up next week. We've already got a couple videos in the can, trying to get ready for Christmas because we do have my daughter's coming and we got some stuff going on the next weekend with family and stuff. So yeah, I'm sure everybody does. So we're going to try to get the videos ready. I don't know if there'll be a Flannel Friday next week. It just depends on company coming and all that, and what we got to get ready and what we got to get done. And so yeah. But anyway, tip of the haberdashery, and hasta luego. And we'll catch you in the next one. And if I don't see you, well, in person before Christmas, have a very merry one, you and yours. And don't forget, check out that last video and leave that comment I told you about. You got until Sunday to do that, and put your names in a hat. If your name comes out on top, I'll send you a Christmas present next week. May not get there right at Christmas, but it'll get there. So, and I think you'll still enjoy it. Anyway, I think I did. And well, shake them jars, and adios.